Imagine a violently blazing star, literally a tiny piece of the sun, suspended perfectly inside a cold, pitch-black void. To hold that heat, we build a massive billion-dollar donut of high-tech metal called a tokamak. But that star does not want to be trapped. It thrashes violently, constantly trying to break through the invisible magnetic walls holding it back. There is one absolute rule. If the plasma ever actually touches the physical walls, the star dies instantly, and the machine is ruined. Creating a star is actually the easy part. The real battle is figuring out how to keep it perfectly centered, so it doesn't melt the very cage we built to hold it. For decades, we've tried to control this using what's known as reactive control. It's like a scientist riding a unicycle on a tightrope. They watch the plasma wobble to the left, and then they frantically adjust their weight to lean right and keep it balanced. But there's a problem. The controller is always behind. They're only moving because they already saw the plasma tilt. They are reacting to a problem that's already started. As we try to make these stars hotter and more powerful, the plasma begins to move way too fast for a human, or even a basic computer, to play catch-up. If you're just reacting to the wobbles, eventually you're going to be too slow. The star will hit the wall, and the whole experiment ends in a breakdown. A new architecture called co-fusion solves this by getting rid of the reaction time entirely. Think of it like a strict mathematical bouncer standing at the door. He doesn't chase people around the club. He makes sure they follow the rules before they even walk in. This bouncer follows a system called the house rules. These rules are based on the absolute laws of physics and energy, and they are not up for debate. In this system, the plasma doesn't just move. For every single shift it wants to make, it has to submit a request to the bouncer first. The bouncer instantly verifies that request against his checklist to see if it's safe for the machine. To get approval, the plasma has to provide a digital receipt, the mathematical proof that this specific move is legal and won't cause a crash. This turns the control room from a place of frantic guessing into a place of ironclad, pre-approved contracts. This logic is strictly black and white. The bouncer uses a verification test that checks the math and gives a clear yes or no answer, leaving no room for a mistake. The most important thing the bouncer tracks is the magnet budget, the total amount of juice the machine has available to control the star. Before he says yes to a move, the bouncer calculates the cost. He checks to see if he'll have enough juice left over to pull the plasma back if it tries to act up later. If a move requires too much energy and threatens to leave the magnets empty, the bouncer stops it right there. It's an illegal move. This budget check happens every single millisecond. It keeps the plasma inside a safety zone that it literally cannot leave. By tracking every drop of power before it's even spent, the bouncer makes sure the machine never enters a situation it can't handle. Here is where the math pays off. Imagine the star suddenly surges, trying to twist and expand toward the metal walls. In an old reactor, the control system would be struggling to catch up as the metal started to overheat. But the co-bouncer has already looked at the ledger. He sees that approving this twist would bankrupt the magnet juice and put the machine in danger. So he issues a veto. The move is blocked before the magnets even have a chance to fail. This system is designed to stop the disaster before the first spark can even fly. The math ensures that a dangerous move is never legally allowed to happen in the first place. When the bouncer blocks a move, he doesn't just say no. He triggers a pre-planned automatic safety routine. The magnetic fields gently squeeze and cool the plasma, bringing the star to a quiet stop without it ever getting close to the walls. The billion-dollar reactor is safe and sound, ready to be powered up again for the next test. While there are still many physics hurdles to clear, this architecture provides a vital piece of the puzzle, a reliable way to manage the plasma and protect our research investments. By putting a strict mathematical bouncer in charge of the house rules, we finally have a way to keep the star under control.